Hey everyone, NW Order for Life here with Parasyte The Maxim episode 12 review. And the episode starts out with Kana again having dreams, just like the last episode. And she's dreaming about Shinichi saving her from parasites. And then towards the end of that dream, she sees Shinichi and Murano kissing or something. So it's kind of like a nightmare for her. Miki and Shinichi are talking about the parasites, basically what happened with those government, with that government official, with the parasite running for office, and basically they show a flashback of Kana and Shinichi at that spot, and he was telling her to stay away from anything she feels like with the signals or whatever, and to you know I forget now actually, but in any case, it was pretty. It was just like a little flashback showing what they were doing there, talking about not too much anything important. And then we see Shinichi basically trying to find out information about the government officials. When I say government officials, about the parasites running for office or whatever, and he's you know uh, trying to spy on them, whatever. And while he's doing that, he runs into Kana again, and he tells Kana to meet him again, and then Migi threatens Shinichi at the house, telling him that if he feels his existence is in danger, he'll kill her or whatever. And Shinichi is kind of like, you really are, have no sympathy, because Migi was talking about how his kind has no sympathy, they won't evolve it, and it's just that like that. They'll do whatever it takes to survive. They don't care what they have to do. And then Shinichi actually meets up Kana, like they said, and meets with her, or whatever. And then he tells Kana everything after he smashes his hand in the wall to make sure that Migi is unconscious, because Migi has to sleep like once every 4 hours a day or something like that. And this place that they're meeting is like this abandoned place, rundown kind of building. And Kana doesn't believe anything that Shinichi tells him. She thinks it's just that he wants to make her forget. It's like a trick to get her to leave him alone, is what she thinks. And he's trying to convince her, and she says there's no way she can be convinced by that unless she actually sees the parasite in his hand. And he says it can't. And then basically she's like, me and you have a bond, and I can sense you, and don't worry, I won't go up to anybody unless I know it's you, because I'll feel you or something. And he's kind of like questioning, does she really have a bond that she can feel me? He doesn't really understand. But then she goes home, and Shinichi turns on his TV, and he sees that the parasite that was running for mayor got elected. And then we see Murano wants to go to a movie with Shinichi, and they agree to go to a movie together. And then Migi is telling Shinichi that he feels that Kana is emitting this, because like Kana was looking at Shinichi and Murano walking and talking and talking about going on their date or whatever, and Migi could sense from Kana this like signal like coming off of her, a very weak signal. And so Migi tells Shinichi that, and he says, that Kana is emitting a signal that attracts parasites, and that she's dangerous, or rather it's dangerous for her to keep using, to keep sensing his kind, because eventually they're going to sense her too. And so Shinichi stops his date with Murano, or I don't know if he tells her or not, but he just you know goes and finds Kana, and he tries to warn Kana, about this problem that she has with the signal coming off of her, whatever. But while he's doing that, he runs into more parasites, and he's trying to hide from them, whatever. And when he tries to call Kana, Kana doesn't actually answer the phone. she does like something really girlish and stupid. She wraps like a piece of his hair that she had gotten from him in the previous episode when she pulled out his hair, and she wraps it around her finger and she kisses it like a ring. And she's all like, "Oh, I'm gonna prove our love. I'm gonna go out and sense you, and I'm gonna find you because I love you," and things like that. That's what she's thinking. And she misses his call because she leaves the house, and because she misses his call, she tries to find Shinichi, and what she ends up finding that she thought was him was actually a parasite feeding on somebody in this same area, in the same place that Kana and Shinichi spoke about the truth about Mickey earlier. The same type, the same exact spot, the abandoned, rundown building, whatever it was. And then what happens is that Kana tries to run, and the parasite stabs her, and as she sees Shinichi in the doorway, she sees him as like her Prince Charming, like that dreamlike prince picture that she had. And then she gets impaled, and then like she sees, just the real Shinichi with Miggy's, like her first picture of him is like, like a shining white prince with like a sword, but then it goes into reality and you see it's just him with, Miggy as a blade. And then, he's like, Kana, and she's just like all impaled. And Shinichi gets so upset that he tells Miggy to be defensive, and Miggy's like defensive. And Shinichi does the coolest thing. He bum rushes the parasite, punches, like, just plunges through his heart, and rips out. He pulls a Kano from Mortal Kombat. He rips out the heart, and he smashes the heart against the wall, and the wall breaks along with the heart. And it's just like, what? Shinichi, you're an insane badass. This is incredible. Like how crazy this kid is, like powerful and everything. And the parasite's dead, and Kana, lays there. He picks her up. Miggy says she's gonna die. There's nothing we can do. Too much blood loss. And Kana just reaches out for him, says that she knew he would come, and come back for her, and that was it. And she just died in his arms, saying like how like they have a connection or whatever she was saying at the end. And it was really sad, and he did look sad, Shinichi. He looked really sad, she died in his arms. But then they show the funeral of her, or rather her picture, her funeral portrait or whatever, and people and talking and everything, and crying, and he's just walking, calmly or whatever. And we see the government of two government officials from the actual government, talking about how they have interviewed him before, that he's the son of the, and this is at Kana's funeral, by the way, that he is his mother was killed by a parasite. They say they've put him through a lot of questioning, and they even plucked out a piece of his hair. They know for a fact that he's human as far as they're concerned. And they're like, oh man, he must be having a really tough time. He's probably sick of all the questioning, whatever, and he's just keeping to himself. And then Mitsuo, the guy that used to, I think we can safely say that he loved Kana. At least he followed her around like a puppy, as she said. Because in the one part of this episode, Kana, when she was looking at Murano and Shinichi walking and talking about going to the movies, he walked up behind Kana and he said she's like a stalker, and she's got to get over it because he has that girl, he has Murano, and she called him a lost. She said the same thing to him. Well, what are you? You're always stalking me like a lost puppy, She's like, it's okay for because he's like, that guy doesn't love you, and then she's like, what? And you do? So it seems to be certain that I think Mitsuo actually loves Kana, And anyway, so he was really upset now at the end, and he grabs Shinichi and he punches him in the face, and he's like, "Why didn't you protect her? Why didn't you protect her?" And you're not human. You're not even crying. You're not upset. You're not human. And Shinichi just cracks him in the face, and he's like, "You're damn right. I'm not human," or something like that. Just flips out. And then he's like, "Why do you go down so easily?" And Mitsuo is just crying, and Shinichi's like, "I gotta leave him alone. I'll make a hole in his heart too." And then Shinichi goes to this tree and he starts smashing his head against the tree. And Migi stops him, putting the hand in front of the tree. And Shinichi says, "Oh, thank goodness, my blood is still red. At least for now, like it's like at least for now, I'm still human," is what he was trying to pretty much say. And that was just another great episode of Parasyte The Maxim. So much content in these episodes, really. That's why this is 10 minutes, but I'm going to try to wrap this up really quick now. Great, emotion with Shinichi, with Kana. Her death was, devastating because I really like Kana. She was such a pretty, I just thought she was a great character. And, it would have been cooler to see, if she could actually help Shinichi in some way with like finding parasites or whatever, but unfortunately they decided to kill her off. I guess as just a way to further cement how cruel the world is, or how dangerous the parasites are or whatever. And Migi and Shinichi had a nice part in this show too, in this episode, because they were going like back and forth. He was kind of threatening Shinichi, but then later on he said, I can't have you against me, so I'm going to tell you the truth about Kana and that she's in danger and stuff. So there's a nice dynamic going on with them, and about trust and who's got the upper hand, or are they working together, or are they in it for themselves? It's always a back and forth between them, and it's really nice. And that's it. And I would give the episode another 8 out of 10. It's a really good episode. Advanced the plot, and unfortunately, we lost Kana. But the question is, like what's going to happen more with the story, with the government officials, and because they were talking about the murder, and they said it couldn't have been a human that killed the parasite, so they think a parasite killed the parasite or whatever. And it's just the story's getting good. Every episode's just better than the next, I think. Well, they're all about the same in terms of score-wise, but every episode is really good, and I really like the story. So this episode gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Let me know what you think about anything in the comments below about Kana, and about the government officials and parasites and everything. And just hopefully you can start a discussion somewhere. I would like to discuss with people in the comments if people would post. So, but thanks for watching this review. Let me again comment below, and thumbs up if you like the video, and please subscribe for more episodes in the future. And there will be another episode later tonight. Maybe even I'll finish it today. So there's 2 more to go for me to review, and then I'll be caught up. Thanks, guys. See you later.